So winter storm is on the way in. You can see everything is starting to get foggy in the background. Look at that. But the generator is full of diesel. I got 100 liters there. I got the truck full and plugged in. I got the skid steer full of diesel and plugged in. Everything is tucked out of the way, so we are good and ready to go. Last weekend we actually got over 19 inches of snow, so I got all that piled away. Then we had a pretty cold week. Same thing's going to happen coming up in the next 2 days, apparently. So I think the only thing to do is really go inside and build.
What do I have on the bench today?
This is my gas-powered 1/5 scale monster truck. This thing is an absolute beast. It's really hard to get a good perspective of size, but it is the size of a table. But I have had Primal RC Raminators before. In fact, I've done a lot of videos with the Primal RC Raminator, the red and yellow version that I had. And you know, the stock engines are good, but they're made for the average person that wants to get into the hobby, that's got a few bucks. And the engines are, that's why they come with several gearing. It's not a high-end engine where it has a high top-end speed and a nice low-end speed. And I've never had an electric version of the Primal RC Raminator. So that's exactly what I wanted to do, even though this is the Chevinator, right? Such a beautiful farkin' truck. And I've already done a few videos on this. I'll link them up above so you can see if you want to check them out in more detail. I've got a Dodge body, different tires as well. I've got two of these beasts here. And I figured everybody wanted to see the Chevy body on the big massive tires. But look at this. Bam! Fine design. Here it is on the bench, my friends. You have asked for it for years. The Raminator Monster Truck Electric Brushless Conversion Kit V3, which I got at primalrc.com. Don't be fooled, there's lots of scams out there. These trucks are over $2,800 USD. Don't get scammed. I've seen lots of people fall for these scams online. Don't do it. I'm telling you right now, this shit ain't cheap. You gotta pay to play if you want to get in the game with monster trucks. That's just the way it goes. I want to open this up, see what's on the inside, and lay it all out so you guys can inspect it with me. From Team Fine Design, our electric conversion for your massive gas-powered RC truck. Dun, dun, dun. Wow. Here we go. This is a monster kit. Instructions installing Fine Design electric conversion in a Primal RC 1/5 scale Raminator monster truck. Oh, yes. Holy cow. Now this is what I'm talking about, people. I know that you cannot tell the size of this motor because how large is a man's hand, but I have to tell you I have large hands, and this is a can of conformal coating for waterproofing electronics. This is a normal standard aerosol can. My friends, this thing is massive. Holy cow, they've sealed it up. Fine design indeed. Everett, my man, this is jaw-dropping and worthy. 5th scale boss, I know you're watching right now. Holy cow. Now, this is questionable for us Canadians, isn't it? And some Americans and people in the world. Do not let this freeze. It's a good thing I have a heated shop because, my friends, when I say water cooled, that's exactly what I'm looking at. Here is a Horizon Hobby / Dynamite Marine. I got an upgraded ESC. This is 160 amp. This is insanity right here. This is going to give me tons of torque. Look at the waterproofness. I am loving this right away. But this is a problem for me in the winter when it's super cold. So I just have to say to the audience, something like this, I get to run almost all of the time. Just, of course, going into February, this will be a bit of a challenge. But I'll tell you what, we're still going to rip it. Yes, I'm sure if you run it around long enough, you would still continue to have hot water going in there. But at the same time, when it gets super cold, although I'm not in Alberta anymore, you know, you got to be careful so you don't crack the tanks. But gee whiz, this looks amazing. Here is the double battery holder right here. I just put the straps in. And then the plugs are already pre-done with the zap straps right there. Okay, I want to get to work and basically take the engine out of this thing. If you haven't seen it, like I said, you should be going and checking out the other video before this. Look at that. Yes, it does look like a big skull. It always has. Oh yeah. Alright, so if you have not seen me rip an engine out of a Primal RC Raminator before, then I will leave a link for you to check out in an info bubble. If you want to go and check out when we installed the 80cc from Taylor RC, back then RC Max. That was an insane gas engine truck. Why would I be getting away from gas? Yes, there are huge benefits to gas, like the length of runtime you can have with gas-powered machines. You know, like the ease of use of just pouring it in. You don't have to have the batteries charging all the time. You know, that itself. But on the other hand, with battery-powered machines and a motor, A, it's the way of the future. B, I'm not having to burn any fuel. C, I don't have any noise at all, which I don't mind. I kind of like the loud noise, but maybe in your area, or if you're able to get one or whatever, you just want to have a quiet time in the woods. Now that's what the manufacturer of this truck said. He said it's unbelievable when you're running the electric conversion, because it is literally one of the quietest vehicles and you would expect it to be making noise, so it kind of weirds him out. I'm looking forward to this. But for the people that haven't seen and want to have a quick look maybe at how this even works, I've been in there already disassembling, and here I took the chain drive cover off so you can see the double chain, the duplex chain there, and the double spur and main gear there. Unbelievable on the chain drive. Like these things, you'd think these chains would stretch out, but I haven't seen any stretch on any of the chains so far. Overall, all I'm doing just to remove this is I've removed some bars here and here. I've also taken out the tank. I've removed the air filter already. I've already undone the exhaust pipe. Now don't be disappointed for those that haven't paid attention. Or heck, maybe you just haven't tuned in for a while, but I do have a gas-powered mega truck that's here. I've been running it around on the very few days that I have been able to get that engine broken in, but that's what I mean. Like, this is just insanity. I'm going to be able to have both trucks. Look at the type of tires on this one. The mega truck compared to the monster Chevenator, hey? Chevenator. These are way wider. And although you may never have seen this before, off camera I went ahead and cut this piece of the aluminum out. How could he do that? Well, we've been actually doing that with these trucks since they came out to make engine swaps more easier, because you can undo all the bolts. But with this right against here, you have to take apart both sides of the frame. So there's this side, there's the centerpiece, and this side, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like 10 bolts on one side you have to loosen, but instead to do a quick swap and easy access, which we were using also to get to the pull starts, because if you keep the gas one, you'll still consider doing this, because if you swap it out or try to switch it out or get access to it, it's so much easier than having to always undo everything else here. Oh yeah, baby. Look at that. Heart transplant right there. And there is the clutch system. So those are clutch shoes. They expand with the motor. So we can take, or the engine I could say, well, with the motor as well in this case. So here you can see the clutch bell is now exposed. This is what spins the chain, of course. The clutch shoes expand on the springs to grab the outside of the clutch bell, and that is how it rotates. But now I've got this large open area in here. What I'm going to do is remove the throttle servo, which is right here, because it's no longer needed to open and close the actual throttle on the engine. We're just going to take that out so I can save it in case I need it for my other one. Okay, so I am supposed to take the battery tray and now mount it up basically right here, where I'm going to have, I believe it goes there. Is that where it goes? Okay, so here is the crossbar right here. This is what the engine was actually bolted to, one here, and a few other areas, of course. But this crossbar is actually where I'm putting the water pump. You can see this. This is actually an aluminum shroud here for cooling on the pump, I'm assuming. And then of course the actual tank itself is going to get mounted up where there is a bolt right there, just as the frame is assembled together. Here I've actually already upgraded from the plastic or nylon body posts that are here straight to the Primal RC metal posts. I'm going to do that throughout the truck because I know in the cold Canada winters these things snap very easily. So now that they're aluminum, no problem. There is my coffee cup and the motor. Is this the largest motor I've ever used? Almost. I had two 24 volt motors in my 1/5 scale tank, or rolling cannon we could call it, but this is a monster motor. I'm gonna mount it up. Okay, so 100% guilty. I have been working off camera because I got excited and I just wanted to get it going, and I have completed the whole thing. I know, some of you like to watch every single step, but no. I went in here and did it, and in fact, I kind of gave it a test already. Not outside, just in here to make sure it worked, and look at this. Come on now. I know, I'll start you on the outside. Shameless Primal RC Raminator sticker there. That's where you should go if you're ever going to get one of these things. Don't be scammed, like I said, primalrc.com. Here is the giant motor. Water-cooled system. Dual 4S batteries. Here is the on-off switch for the voltmeter for the battery that's in here that controls the servos. Here is the 160 amp ESC ready to go. And let me plug in, it's just counting the number of battery cells, 8. Now we can see the computer fan here is actually cooling. So what's going on is it's circulating all the fluid right now. So here's the pump. It's circulating it from the tank. It gets sucked out into the pump, pushed into the fan, cooled from the fan, comes down into the motor jacket, goes through the motor jacket, comes out the other side, goes into the electronic speed control, taking heat away from both of those, running it all the way back and then back into the tube. So it's one closed circulation setup, just like a PC or personal computer. And now it's time to go outside, but it is getting dark outside and it is already starting to snow. Well, I'll try to give you some footage because I know you're all excited to see it move. I know I am. Okay, so I know all the Chevy fans are going to be pissed. I put the Dodge body on there, but the Dodge body has some lights underneath, which we're going to be able to see outside because it is getting dark. And it fucking looks amazing. Holy shit, I'm 5'11". Oh, mama. An electric Raminator, my friends. Dudes, I am so ready to do this. You hear inside the clutch shoes spinning around and around before they engage. Insane. Oh, it's blue outside. Oh, and snowing. Well, regardless, I'm going to take you guys out for a small rip anyway. Oh yes, in so many ways. Oh, stock gearing and everything. 5th scale boss, what do you think, buddy? I know you're watching right now. Sick. Oh, instant torque. Looks like it's on fire, dudes. Doesn't that look insane? Oh, I guess it's not a Hemi anymore, but I don't care. That's so sick. Dude, instant torque, instantly working. No pulling my back out anymore with a pull string. Wow. electric seems to be the way to go so far. Remember guys, the size of a coffee table. So sick. Oh my god, I have a new favorite RC.